What's good, y'all? Today it's time to once and for all determine which is the best artifact for Dolores, and it's going to be between Keen Wisdom, Oneric Band, and Golden Scarab, as well as obviously Keen Wisdom, Soulbane Rosary, and Astral Obelisk, which is the equivalent for the Dolores artifacts as Constance artifacts. So, goal for today: do the math, find out which one gives us the highest attack bonus, and then figure out obviously through that which is the best artifact for your Dolores, so we can comfortably go into the gate boss videos and have the best Dolores possible. And yeah, for that one we obviously need to introduce our guest for this episode, and that is Calculator Senpai. We are obviously going to have a calculator with us just to determine that everything is obviously visible, and you can see how exactly we're trying to determine the highest attack bonus. So one thing we need to do up front is going to be calculate Pantheon bonus. So the Pantheon bonus is going to be 9.25% extra attack, and for that one we need to go then to our heroes, to Dolores, to her gear, and we can see she has 2662 basic attack, which we're then going to put into the calculator and multiply with 0.0925, which gives us 246. So 246 is 9.25% of Dolores' attack. And we're just going to keep that number in mind for the moment. Then we're going to take a look at total stats. So as you can see, Dolores' total attack is going to be 12,687. Now we're going to delete this one here, and then we're going to add in 12,687, which is the total Dolores attack, and then add onto it the additional 246 attack that we got through Pantheon bonus, which gives us the grand total of 12,933. Alright, now to the next step. Obviously, in Guild Boss, Dolores gets a Lord bonus, and obviously not everywhere, but we're just going to calculate with it. We had the choice between no Lord bonus, obviously Pyrus or Twin Fiend, and if you already added, we might as well go with the full number, which is going to be 12,933 times 1.15. So adding on top of it 15% through Pyrus' Lord bonus, which gives 15% extra stats. So behold, 14,872.95 attack, which is through the use of Lord bonus. And then we're going to add on top of that one, because we're running, as you can see, I just showed it to you, we're running an Invic set, just so we can get obviously the highest number possible. We're going to add on times 1.1, so an additional 10% attack through the use of Invigoration set, which brings us to 16,360. And then for the final calculation, we're going to again take a look at our artifacts. Keen Wisdom at 25 gives us a 16% attack bonus. So we're going to go again into the calculator, and we're going to take our number over here and multiply it by 1.16, because it's 16% attack bonus, which brings us to a grand total of 18,977 attack bonus. Let me just check if we forgot anything. We added on the Pantheon bonus, we added the Lord bonus, we added the Invigoration bonus, and we added the Artifact bonus. So yeah, final number for Dolores, or at least this Dolores, using a Keen Wisdom comes out to 18,977. Now it's time to swap the artifacts, and for that one, we have our first contestant, which is going to be Oneric Band. So normally I wanted to wait for other people to figure out what is the 25 bonus, but I am pretty certain after doing a couple of rolls and getting an additional Oneric Band and buying from one from the shop, I am pretty certain the attack bonus stops at 10%. as you can see, we're at 19, and from 22 it's only going to increase the attack speed, and then it should increase the attack speed to 14 seconds for the final upgrade. So 10% is going to be the attack bonus we're getting from Oneric Band. So what we need to do is we're going to equip a 25 legendary artifact to simulate Oneric Band's attack bonus. So we're going to equip this one over here. And then it's time to do the exact same thing we've done before, which is going to be, again, calculator. And then into the stats, obviously. So this time it's 13,050 plus 246, which gives us 13,296. Then we're again going to multiply by 1.15, which brings us to 15,290. Then multiply again by 1.1 because of invigoration set, which brings us to 16,819. And then multiply a final time, which is going to be by 1.1, because it is a 10% attack bonus, which comes out to 18,501. And as you can see, that gives us a difference of 470 attack, as well as not only is Keen Wisdom cheaper, but it's also easier to acquire. So yeah, at least Oneric Band can't compare. And now on to the next one. For that one, I haven't actually found the golden scarabs, but what I did find a couple times is going to be this one over here, astral obelisk, which is pretty much the same thing, just obviously for constants. And as you can see, I went through the trouble of upgrading it to 16, so 3 copies, just trying to see if the attack bonus increases. And at this point, it is pretty safe to say the attack bonus is not going to increase even at 25. It is going to stay 5% attack bonus, but go up to a 50% increase in rage region for a total of 5 seconds. So again, we're going to go all the way back, find our Dolores, see what we can do, and then we're just going to waste. Yeah, I know it is a waste, but we're going to waste some points just so no one can complain. We're going to upgrade our Bright Root Ring over here to 25. And then do the same thing we've done before, and that is equip Dolores with a 25 mythic healing artifact. Go to stats, obviously go to the calculator, delete what we had before, and then add in again 13,924 plus the usual 246 to add in the Pantheon bonus, which gives us a total of 14,170. And then again, usual steps, times 1.15 to obviously give us the Lord effect, which brings us to 16,200. Then times 1.1, which gives us the invigoration set effect. And then finally times 1.05, which is the 5% attack bonus from the from astral obelisk or golden scarab, which puts us to 18,821, which is, as you can see, still less of a stat boost in comparison to Keen Wisdom. So Keen Wisdom comes out on top by a grand total of 51 attack. Now, that means Dolores has the highest attack bonus, but it is pretty damn close. So yeah, Keen Wisdom still comes out supreme, especially because it is kind of hard to compare a 25 mythic artifact with a 25 epic artifact, but Keen Wisdom is still superior. Now comes a little bit of a caveat, I guess, and that is the fact that Golden Scarab, if we take a closer look at it, Golden Scarab actually, as we've already determined, increases rage region by 25, and then if it follows the same pattern as Astral Obelisk, which it will, increases it all the way up to 50%. So you're losing a grand total of 50 attack, obviously depending on your character, on your account. But in general, you're going to lose some attack, but you're going to get 50% extra rage regen. Now here comes the interesting part. Obviously more rage regen is better, so you can cycle your ultimates faster. But if you actually take a look at the proper Dolores, and for a proper Dolores, I guess we gotta swap to my main account, because on this account I don't have a Dolores I'm happy with. So there we go. And we take a look at Dolores. And as you can see, my Dolores has obviously a bit better stats, but at the end of the day, the important part is she has 40% rage regen. Now, what that means is if we add on top another 50%, it's going to put it at 90%. And what a couple of smart people found out is that the gain through rage regen falls off past 50%. We all know that attack speed falls off around 250, and the investment versus the returns just don't really match up anymore. So you're going to need to invest way more attack speed to get even comparable results to the earlier points invested, and the same goes for rage regen over here. So going from 40% plus an additional 50% to 90% isn't as big of a rage regen increase as it might seem, as well as y'all gotta keep in mind, Pantheon again also comes in. As you can see, we have a 35% rage regen boost, so not only is our Dolores technically at 75% rage regen, but if we then on top of that add in Golden Scarab, we actually get a grand total of 125% rage regen, which is obviously not really going to be noticeable, and your Dolores is going to perform pretty similar, though if we're actually talking endgame, it is going to make that slight difference, and it might push your guild boss score in the right direction. So yeah, then let's get to the conclusion. The conclusion might come as a bit of a surprise or might not come as a surprise at all. That really depends on y'all. Let's get the calculator out of here. So the jump between Keen Wisdom and Oneric Band, in all honesty, isn't worth it. Not only are you... So if we compare Keen Wisdom with Oneric Band, we're going to take a look at Oneric Band again. Not only are you losing attack, but you're also getting attack speed, which is a completely useless stat on Dolores. Don't go for attack speed on Dolores, please. Attack speed on Constant, on the other hand, is actually useful because she's kind of bad at healing. But enough of that. Oneric Band is bad. Oneric Band isn't worth it on a Dolores, okay? There might be a case where you're going to use an Oneric Band on a Hollow, but for Dolores, Oneric Band isn't even a choice. Which brings us to the final comparison, and that is going to be Keen Wisdom all the way down here versus its big brother all the way up here, Golden Scarab. So we've already determined that the attack you're actually losing is only a very, very small point, but you could argue that the increased rage regen on the Dolores might make up for that. So there is it is very important that if you have a Golden Scarab at 25, you can swap it with Keen Wisdom. That requires a Golden Scarab at 25. Keep that in mind. And then you're going to see an increase in rage regen and obviously a slight loss in attack. But now onto the part that is probably going to be most interesting for all of you, and that is, take a look at my Dolores. What you can see is we have a suboptimal build. So in general, your Dolores wants to reach around 40, 50, preferably maybe even 60% rage regen. So either basically 2 substats in rage regen, just so she can keep up with the rotations in the guild boss, and it just helps out, especially by 40%, because that's where you get the biggest returns and it's easiest to reach. Now, to get 40%, to get that 40%, you gotta sacrifice a lot of things. Because, for example, if I wanted to get on this account 40% rage regen on a Dolores, what I would need to do is actually, for example, take out this piece, and then, do we have a nice example somewhere? Then take out this piece. So we're going to add up with a 40% Dolores that now has, yes, slightly more attack in total, but no set anymore. And here comes the very, very crucial part. If you don't have the gear to make an invigoration set work on Dolores, as well as have rage regen on that Dolores, you should swap out your keen wisdom for a golden scarab. The return is just going to be more worth it, because you gotta keep in mind, having an invigoration set is an extra 10% attack bonus, not just for Dolores, which is obviously the most important part here, but also for an ally. So you're going to make up for the fact that it is a 5% attack bonus versus a 16% attack bonus, as well as get additional base stats. So for everyone that doesn't have a good invigoration set with around 20 to 40% rage regen, and also, very important, attack flat as a substat additionally on top. For everyone that doesn't have that yet, Golden Scarab, even at level 1, is actually the premier choice for your Dolores. So yeah, surprisingly, Keen Wisdom ain't the be all end all anymore. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, honestly, I hope you all are able to get Golden Scarab, because obviously it's a mythic. We gotta craft it. It is fairly new, so it's going to take a while to accumulate them. And yeah, we see each other in the next video.